All right, so what happened was it said the build timed out. Build not found. So that's a major problem. They did fix the publish button. That looks good. So we're not gonna do it like that. What we're gonna do is say the app did not build. Try again. It's gonna do a jump. I don't like this little jump it does. Because if I'm talking to it right here, it makes no sense that all of my conversations go here. There would be no point in this chat box down here. Let me see. Goose is over here doing this thing. Good job, Goose. 3 column layout. It doesn't make sense. The user can access chat with Jama on all pages, but if they send a message in and they are not on the Jama chat for the project or the main chat, they have to navigate back to chat to see if their input was loaded. To be honest with you, to be honest with you, to be honest with you, it would be better if this chat didn't operate like this. It would be better if this chat didn't operate like this. What I'm imagining seeing, or what I see in my head, is when you chat with this, the chat should be above this. So, for example, oh, and that was a great fix. So it is reworking the menus. It is reworking the menus. It said that app got a the Weather Me app. They must have built it again. Okay, all right. So here we go. Again, very generic. It's still very generic, but we're now almost doing instant builds. I think it's building faster than it knows. Static pixels. So we just need to identify, and this needs to be more controllable. This needs to be, the preview should take up the other side. So I'm gonna run 2 agents. One agent is gonna look for problems. We're gonna use Claude to do this. Let's tell it new. Actually, I think it works best if you navigate cd slash ls. Where are we at? Downloads cd Clajama underscore app. Now let's run it inside of this directory. Oh my god. Okay, and then I'm going to have a actual customer project to work on today. All right. So what we're gonna do is try to take out small things. And actually, let me bring my other laptop down here. I have to keep standing up and sitting down. And let's see what we can make happen. So I do like this menu here, but what I'm confused about is inside of projects. I guess this is a project menu. We go inside of billing. Billing's not working. It's still doing some changes. All right. 2 canceled invoices, none are overdue. All right, that's good. We need to find the multiple entries into the same place. too many doors. Too many doors in this program. Users should not have to think. We do not want specific commands such as build, rebuild, view projects, Um, and then I think when you do that, I think it even view invoices. So see, now I have to hop back over, and then there's no navigation back to chat right here. There's no navigation here. So I have to hop back over here, and it didn't seem to take that. And it could be too, like I said, it is working on the back end. I can help you with anything. View projects, invoices, etc., etc. When the user does ask the program, the app shows a full list of what they can say even after they say it. This is not good UX for non-technical people. For non-technical people wanting to build a business or needing to manage their business. Less learning how to use Clajama, and we need Clajama to learn how the person needs to use it. Now that sounds pretty extreme, but Clajama is actually built to profile people as far as their style, not their I mean, it is a personal data point, but it's not something to expose a weakness in them that's going to be exploited. For example, if you're a business owner, and let's just say Clajama, here, we'll just use this example. We'll go into my website. If Clajama gives you 4 tasks that you have to give them, create and upload bibliography, PDF for resource section. If you don't do that, it is keeping track of how long ago it told you to do that. Connect a custom domain, add social media accounts, set up contact form, email forwarding to info@Mountain Goat Academy. However, these are things that Clajama cannot do for a person. And for example, if somebody said, I want a picture of myself, and let's see. So and it should not be spitting this out. I told it to randomize. I want to add a picture of myself on the about page so readers know the author. Connection issues. Let me see. Yep, because I got OpenClaw and Goose working on this. Right now Goose is, let me see what it says the problem is. So these are the categorical errors, and let me, what is it called? We can't do it in here. It's remote desktop. Go over here. Why am I having it's another incognito window. Ew. Alright, access another computer. Dude, I'm not a robot. Even if I was a robot, who cares? Let me use the service. You know what? You just messed up. Let me go ahead and, because I was talking about this yesterday. I said I was not going to add any more functionality, but this desktop crap has to stop. I'm tired of this. I'm really tired of this. I want to be able to tell my computer, get me a screen share going right now. And they don't start running in circles talking about some, well, in 1775, John Wilker's books. Yeah, just get me in, bro. So we got a connection issue, and it says this browser may not be secure. Oh, come on, Google. Come on, Google. You know ain't nothing secure. Y'all the ones who told me somebody took my password 5 years ago. How you know? How you hanging out with them? And of course, I'm just being straight stupid. All right, so while waiting on that to happen, I'm gonna show you. We're gonna bring Goose back over here. Let's see, get that one right there. This is on my other screens. This is the local Goose. I don't trust this Goose. This Goose isn't as powerful as the one I have. And this was the old design. Good thing this is here. So let's put one right here. So this is what it was like before. Menus aren't changing. There's a lot going on that's changing. Come on, bro. Come on. Remote Google desktop. Come on, bro. All right. Since you're taking too long, I need a lightweight, powerful, open source screen sharing software that works with Python 3. All right, Google. I think this might be the end. Okay. All right. So give me the code. What's taking so long with this code, bro? Bro. Bro, I'm not downloading nothing. To let someone click the download button. Oh my god. They don't even do the download no more. It's supposed to be all browser based. It's just another way to collect your information. Hey, it took me 20 minutes to generate a code. All right, so you guys will also get to see the Clajama Mind, which is the thing I was telling you about. That is being trained on open crawl, etc., etc. Let me just close these. There's so much stuff on this screen because a lot of it I build. It's not like I quit. It's just I end up catching up with something else. So this is the Clajama Mind on this screen right here. That little thing you see moving around, it's taking in audio, images, is keeping track of what's happening to itself or its sensors, the hand on a kernel level, when it decides to speak. Which if you look over here, if you look on this map, and it's hard to do it while I'm looking at this. Yeah, so if you look right here, this is it deciding if it wants to speak. So when you see it hit right here, it probably has already heard what we said and has decided that it just doesn't, that's not something to answer to, or we're not talking to it. It is processing this conversation. It's processing the images. It's doing its own algorithm. And this is just to show us which components are actually active at that moment and how they connect together. So that's a whole nother thing. But anyways, let's get to the problems we saw here. So we had a CRM issue, the time tracker, the billing engine, the business protection, the client profiling, the invoices, Square, and email. So we had dual invoice tables. The CRM doesn't own the customer. The business protection is so we do not allow anyone to lowball the system. Time tracker has its own billing. We didn't want that. Manual payments are separate. Admin sidebar is incomplete. I've been saying this over and over again. There's the fix. Now I have a full picture. It always says I have a full picture. Great for you. Okay, and it already completed what was built. The hourly is hourly, rate tracking per customer, scope locking, lump sum support, fixed amount with remaining balance tracking, working gate, override system. Only I can override with a reason and expiration, which I won't unless it's necessary. The new guard table on every customer page showing billing mode, hourly versus lump sum with rates. The admin sidebar was missing the timer, invoices, profiling, services, all with proper lucid SVG icons. They added the safeguards, they added the routes. Excellent, great, great, great. Now we're just gonna send in our new one about this issue I have with chat. Okay. So what we're also gonna do, oh yeah, and when the camera is watching or recording. So yeah, his eyes will open up. His eyes will open up if he is watching the camera or if he's consuming the actual screen to learn computer use. But not just my computer use. We've already loaded a bunch of data into it. And it has the power to control the computer at any given time it wants to. Within that realm. But now, let me see. So it's about to get to work and we need to close out anything. I don't think this will shut it down. No, it won't shut it down. And we'll just put this somewhere. It used to be a way you could, I think, make it smaller. Now it's still going. All right, before we touch anything, is the business guard active? Just created it. This is under an hourly timer. I want to know the scope before I start planning, not after. So I say this is the path. One conversation, no separate models for email. Do natural language, intent detection. Connect your words to the right backend action. This sounds good, but let's think of it from a fifth grader's perspective in this pipeline. And the reason I say fifth grader, because I think when everybody was hitting fifth grade right before you hit puberty, you was probably at your like peak of common sense. Probably not. But you could pick up a tablet, you knew how to use a cell phone. I mean, there's kids doing even younger than these days. But if we're sitting here rewriting the way people already think, actually, and let's go ahead and use some Claude. Let's use some Claude. But easily controlled, full screen sharing, Python compatible, Python build your own sharing, ultra fast screen capture, pair with WebSocket, ready-made sharing app, then stream. So we'll get into that in a second. Claude, if you had to remake the way people interacted with computers from a UI UX perspective, not to drastically change, but if you had to create a service with many options, but did not want to overwhelm the user with multiple entry points, capabilities, not interconnected. Everything they do feels like it's working alone and not with the other tools in the suite. How would you determine the best way to organize pages, navigation, and options in a way that you could automate a user's pipeline to see where even you don't know where to go, or something is not working, and report that back. Yes, of course, tracing, yes, of course. But at some point, I really personally think that there's a different way to do everything. I think everything has a simpler way to do it. That's what I personally believe. That doesn't mean it's right. It just means I personally just believe that. Really, one of the most important problems in enterprise software design. Let me break down the philosophy first, then show you the architectural visually. The core insight is this: most software organizes around features. You should organize around intent. Users don't wake up thinking, I need to use the email tool. They think, I need to close this deal. Every tool, every page, every button should answer to that. Here's the framework I'd build around: the command bar, lead, qualify, proposal, negotiate, close. Contextual tool surface. So what we're going to do now is probably one of the best things we can do would be, yeah, so that would be great. That would be great. And Claude is probably going to tap out in a little bit. So what we need to do, trying to make sure I'm on point. Yeah, so what we need to do, we need to go into Goose. Once it stops running, and we should already have a pipeline document. There should already be one in here. There should already be one. Downloads. Pipeline. Come on, Felicia. Felicia. Admin pipeline. All right. Let me see. Fully purpled. Okay. We'll keep it like that. It's no big deal. Now what I need is, can you generate an accurate ASCII pipeline? Of our framework, its layers, and the data passing. All right, so let me pop over here. So we're asking it to give us a pipeline. Give us the current pipeline of Clajama. And I always ask for a pipeline update. It should automatically do pipeline updates, but we're going to take that and then we're going to utilize Claude for that. So they had a connection issue. Let's see if they fixed this connection issue. Not logged in. Okay. Sign out. I always hated that extra spacing, but I do see how it makes sense. I don't think I forgot the password. I don't keep track. Yeah, and it's I did tell it to kill databases. All right, so we'll just wait. We'll wait and let it run. We'll get that ASCII pipeline, and then we'll match it to this. I'll be right back. All right, so perfect. It says, actually, let me make sure that we can. I'm not even sure if I can pull this through here. I think you can. Yeah, there we go. This is our pipeline. Can you organize it and optimize it and identify flaws in it? Use simple ASCII mapping. Like this right here, I'm pretty sure this cost a lot to generate this. We're sorry. You have used all of your Claude tokens asking this one question. Come back at 9:09 p.m. where we can have our next load of customers dump their ideas. Amen. Profiling, composite engine, domain models, niche landing page, all in a repo, but never wired into the pipeline. Profiling, wired. We need to wire in what yeah, that's a better way to ask it. I don't want to tell it, hey, just start wiring everything in. I need to ask it which of the unwired orphan code is crucial or relevant to what we have built or have said to do that never got done. That way it gets to decide. Worst thing to me is trying to convince an AI that it's wrong. It will not go for that. To catch an AI, to catch an LLM doing wrong, S3. Okay. Image resolve, block resolve. So it says ours is sequential. We need to run in parallel. Block names and safe names critical. This is in the wrong position. Validate, image resolve, block resolve, build guard. Block resolve uses LLM generated intent strings to look up canonical block names. Those strings are not yet whitelisted when resolution happens. An adversarial or malformed LLM output could cause block resolve to query for non-existent dangerous or injection carrying block names before the whitelist has a chance to catch them. This is the correct order. If dynamic, faster to iterate, but need its own access control, make the whitelisted version config, not inline code. That way it's auditable. Render plus feature modules currently sequential. We need everything. We're not parallel doing everything. Publish, blue, green, swap, wildcard, cart. These are all the issues. All right, Claude didn't get to finish, but I got it all right here. Thanks for attempting to shy me out, Claude. Claude is gonna stop helping you, man. Pipeline mount annotated. Yeah, you could have gave me all this. Ensure output directory exists. We don't need your scripts. This is what we need right here. Right here. Copy. Come on, Felicia. Come on, baby. And bam. All right. Let me shut this because it opens on start. The mind, it just opens on start. It records pretty much everything, and it's everything around me. Ambient noises, words. Sorry, buddy, I gotta kill you right now. He like comes right back. I will not go down. Yeah. So before we get off of this, like I said, this is my own internal algebra language model. So we're not using excuse me, I apologize. We're not using LLMs, but all this information and all these LLM calls and all these activities that I'm making are all being recorded. They are being recorded, tracked, or traced, or measured, however, because at some point it's going to figure out what we're doing. At some point it's going to have caught all these words that I'm saying, and it's making connections because I'm talking for hours and hours. Of course, that's not going to alter it to the heaviest degree. But if one person is sitting here and I spend as much time doing this thing, it's going to learn me first. And if it learns me, it learns Clajama. And we got a lot of changes coming, so we probably won't be able to get inside of there right now. And I really need to clean out this computer, man. I really do. This is a shame. Too many doors. Before we touch anything, all right. So that is OpenClaw, and as you can see, this computer is catching fire. Yeah, we'll just close it out. Oh, cancel. It still works. Maybe it's a Type C thing. Nah, it's froze. So, like I said, there is a free plan. The free plan is not visible. We're not advertising a free plan. When you log in, however, hang on, phone call.